Hello, Gaddis gamers. So I wanted to talk to you really quick about something that happened last Sunday. And it was a big discussion at our bits trading event where we were talking about Warhammer 10th edition, how it's going to be easier for people to get in, and all these new gamers are going to start flooding in. And then right about that time, as we were knee deep into how streamlined and easy Warhammer 10th edition is going to be, a young man walked up to me and he said that has been watching us play for a while. He's a Magic player and he wanted to start playing Warhammer, and everybody was super excited. And they asked him what army he wanted to start playing, and he said Gene Stealer Cult. All fine and good, but what I noticed is that the other people didn't notice. Out of the 8 people that were playing, that he came up and he talked to me. Well, why is that relevant? Yes, I know I'm drop dead handsome and super approachable and really outgoing and friendly and all that. We know that. But the key point that I think uh, was that he felt comfortable coming up to me because he was a young man of color. And so even though people have been playing there for over a year, we're going into our second year now at Dead Elf Games on Sunday. He didn't feel safe approaching, 8 white guys standing around a table. But with me there, he felt comfortable leaving his Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, whatever card group he was playing with, and came over to ask. Um, and he let me know that because hey, I'm in uh, the South, Charlotte's, South Carolina, and it has its own history of racism and bigotry that we have to deal with. And I was wondering if that scenario played out across the rest of the United States. Not every Warhammer community is equal. Not every Warhammer community. I mean, gamers by themselves are awkward people, um, socially awkward by nature, if not by design. And so it makes it even harder when you have to deal with issues of race and cultural um, gaps that you have to fill. But he felt comfortable coming to talk to me, asked me about it. We talked. I said that this is a safe group. We're all really cool. We have some top tier tournament players that come, so you might want to be careful when you play them because they only know how to crush you. But all in all, it was mostly a friendly exchange and interchange, and I wanted to let him know this was a safe space and he didn't have to worry about any Confederate flags coming out or Nazi swastikas coming out, which was one of my most popular videos when I talked about not putting swastikas on your tanks because you're playing with other people that aren't maybe white supremacists. So, and that, oh my God, that started a firestorm in the gaming community. But it's something we have to deal with because gamers come from the larger community, and right now, racism is the cancer that is at the middle core essence of American culture, and as gamers, we can't escape that. So we just have to deal with it head on. And I know in the Warhammer community, there's been a lot of rancor around Warhammers for everyone except white supremacists don't feel welcome. Well, you shouldn't feel welcome if you're white supremacist. Go play with other white supremacists, right? Easy enough. Problem solved. But with the new edition coming out and it easier to play, making it easier for people to get into, well, a lot of those people, a lot of that community is going to be people of color and women and non-binary people. And how do we accept them? Well, I do it the same way I always do. I just play. We talk about the game, we talk about what's going on, and we make people feel warm and welcome. We don't shun people, and we don't make people feel less than because they're a gamer. No matter what stripe you are, except if you want to exclude other people, right? So we don't accept racists or bigots or misogynists or any of that behavior. There's a very old rule that goes back to when I was a little kid, when I was like 8 years old. It was don't be a dick, right? Simple. And I hope YouTube doesn't ban me for this. But as gamers, be prepared for this. Maybe you might want to, when you're in your play group, have somebody that's more outgoing and sociable to do that first contact with a newbie, right? With the regular people. Um, you know, Star Trek rules, right? Be warm, be welcoming, be friendly. I shouldn't have to remind you. of that, but sometimes we do. Sometimes, we don't see our own behaviors. But that young man who's new to the hobby and will building his army and will be meet with us every Sunday to come and paint and build, and then by the hopefully he'll be finished by the time Tip Edition comes out. He'll be able to put his army on the table, because I know that there's a lot of rules that come out, and by the time I pay my army and get them to the table, they've already moved on to something else. Um, but the one thing will never change, no matter what edition it is. Um, people will be playing 40K, and that's just the reality of it. Even though I have my own game rules, we have our own line of miniatures, which are really super easy to get into, and we're expanding all the time and growing all the time. I know that GW is the 800-pound gorilla in the room, and we just have to deal with that. But we also have to deal with the fact that people from diverse backgrounds that aren't white male Anglo-Saxon Americans will be playing this game, and we have to make room for them. We're not taking any seats away from you white male gamers. We're just adding more seats at the table so other people can sit down and play with us at their Gaddis gaming tabletop. It's like adding a leaf to the middle, right? Just make the tabletop from 4x4 to 4x6 to 4x8 to 4x12, to on and on and on and on and on. Because the more the merrier. I always say I want more people gaming, more people playing, more people having fun, and I hope you do too. So I hope um, this helps you. And if you have any people that are curious and want to talk to another person of color about gaming, particularly wargaming, send them my way. I'll happy to talk to anybody at any time about anything. Let me know what you think. Your comments, like, share, do all the things, but most of all, happy gaming.